Hey, Layla. Have you heard what happened to Dad?
Not just heard, I'm watching it happen online. You're always whining about not having a phone, but you're lucky not to have one right now.
You probably shouldn't look at social media.
Yeah, Mom told me to stay off for a while. I should. People are saying really mean, crazy things about Dad and trying to get the business boycotted.
What's boycotted?
It means that the people who don't like what Dad said at the school board meeting are trying to close his business down.
What?
I know. People are being so mean. There's even a petition to get all his ads taken down from Facebook and Google.
Without any customers, Dad won't make any money. And without any money, we won't be able to go on the ski trip. Layla, I've never seen snow. We can't miss that trip. Dad needs to apologize.
Leo, the ski trip is not that important. I'm proud of Dad for standing up for what he believes in.
I don't understand why people are so mad.
Me neither. He just said he thought parents should know what teachers teach us. Even if he's wrong, shouldn't he have the right to say his opinion?
I can't believe the video went viral.
Well, Dad was pretty upset, but he has a right to freedom of speech.
Yeah. Last time I got in trouble, I told Mrs. Johnson that America is a free country, and that got me in more trouble. I don't understand free speech.
Leo, it's very different when you're a kid in school. Dad is an adult.
I'm confused.
I need to take my mind off this. Let's go learn about freedom of speech. I have a feeling we're gonna need to become experts.
Sounds good to me. Maybe we can help Dad.
No one on earth has any other way left but upward.
Hello, sir. We're from the future.
We're Americans, and in our time, there are lots of arguments about having the right of free speech.
Our dad spoke at a meeting and made a lot of people mad, and now they're trying to punish him.
But he didn't do anything wrong. He just said what he believes in.
Do you have time to help us understand the right of free speech?
Perhaps, but I don't know. I don't know you. Maybe you are secret communist kids sent from communist future to trick me into talking about freedom so you can squash.
That's my sister Layla. I'm Leo. No freedom squash.
No squash. We love freedom and just want to help our dad and try to understand what's going on.
Okay. I will help you. I am Aleksandr Solzhenitsyn.
Solzhenitsyn?
Is it okay if we call you Mr. S?
Certainly. Russian names like mine can be very difficult for Westerners. The speech I just gave was a warning to your great country for what will happen if you do not protect free society. It sounds like not enough people listen to me.
It's not too late. Teach us about free speech and we can spread the word to our friends.
I am really popular. I have lots of friends.
Ugh, get over yourself. But it is true. She has a ton of friends.
Why are you an expert on freedom of speech?
Let me tell you my story. In 1918, I was born in Russia.
Russia.
Who was that?
That is ghost of Stalin. Stalin was dictator of Soviet Union. I am author, and my books have destroyed the way people remember him. So his ghost tries to haunt me. But as you can see, he is very wimpy.
Huh. Communist ghosts in 1978? Well, okay.
My childhood was lived under new communist Soviet rulers who took control of Russia after revolution. My family farm was taken by communists, and my Christian faith was made illegal. But despite this, I love my homeland and served during World War II.
Were you a soldier?
I was commander for Red Army and was honored several times for being hero in combat against invading Nazis. But as war was winding down, I began having questions and criticisms of communism, and specifically of Stalin, who was dictator.
That's not okay under communism, right? Saying anything bad about the dictator is against the law.
Do everything I say, or else.
Stalin held all power and authority, and since I questioned his leadership in letters and conversations, I was punished and sent to Gulag.
Off to the gulag, off to the gulag.
What's the gulag?
Gulags were work prisons, in the worst places imaginable. Prisoners lived with insects, parasites, and rats, and were forced to work all day, every day. Many prisoners were worked to death, and some starved and froze from cold. By grace of God, I survived, and after Stalin died, I was freed.
Let me get this straight. You got all that horrible punishment just because you said a couple bad things about your government?
Correct. Once released, I found job as teacher and spent nights writing books about life, about freedom, and about horrors of Gulag. My books have made me very famous, but they made the communists very angry. I was not put back in Gulag, but I was kicked out of the country and cannot go back.
Thank goodness we have freedom of speech in America. People in our time complain about our leaders all the time, but they aren't punished.
I don't know, Layla. Nobody's getting thrown in a gulag, but people are getting punished just for their opinions and what they say. Look at Dad.
What has happened to Father?
He spoke at a school board meeting and questioned the education leadership. He doesn't like what's going on, and he's now getting attacked for speaking up.
Sounds familiar.
All he said was that schools and parents should agree on what gets taught to us kids. And now people who didn't like what he said are saying bad things about him, trying to hurt his business and punish him and his family.
Ah, I feared this. It was public meeting, right?
Yes, a public meeting about our schools, and people recorded what he said, and now it's all over the news.
Some people really like what he said, but it seems like more don't, and they're really loud.
Ooh, sneaking in through schools. Government controls everything, even your children. Whoa.
Hey, that's kind of what Dad was saying during his speech.
He got really mad and said schools weren't respecting parents' rights. Then his microphone was turned off and he couldn't finish talking.
Father is very brave. He is warrior for freedom.
Why do you think they wouldn't let him speak?
Let's let Ghost answer. Your education leaders are trying to silence Father for same reason Stalin threw me in Gulag. Ghost?
Yes?
Why did you really throw me in Gulag to be punished?
Because I was afraid of losing control of my power. You were telling the truth, and I couldn't defend my bad leadership and bad ideas, so I had to shut you up. It's what us communists do. Control the language, control the people. Woo!
I think I understand. People who don't like freedom of speech are afraid because they don't want to defend their opinions. They're scared of hearing things they don't like to hear.
Precisely. If freedom means anything, it means be able to say things others don't want to hear.
I have a question, Mr. S. What about freedom of speech for kids at school? Last time I got in trouble in class, I told my teacher that I shouldn't be in trouble because we live in a free country. She got really mad and I got in even more trouble. Then my parents took her side.
Leo, it is very important for Americans to love and cherish your freedom, because in world it is not common to be free. But it is also important to understand freedom does not mean that you are free from responsibility. When you are a student, you have a responsibility to respect your teacher and not be rude.
So it's not okay to joke around in school?
Jokes are wonderful. When I was a teacher, my favorite students told good jokes. But respecting freedom of speech requires you understand proper time and place.
Sometimes that's hard.
It can be very difficult. Life is very complicated and tricky. Most situations are not simple. That is why it's so important to have conversations where different opinions can be heard.
Ooh, no conversation and no jokes, or off to the gulag! Woo!
This is why bad leaders are always on attack of free speech. They make no room for differences or middle ground compromise. You are on their side completely, or you are their enemy.
What if Dad loses his business?
American hero Benjamin Franklin once said, "Those who choose comfort over freedom will have neither." Your father must fight. Everything depends on freedom.
We met Mr. Franklin. He's great. And that makes sense. Without freedom, a business doesn't matter.
Yeah, Dad needs to keep speaking up and fighting. After talking to you, Mr. S, I'm really proud of Dad.
Very good, Leo. Now, back to your time to help him. And don't forget to be funny, but respectful student.
Okay, I will. Bye, Mr. Solzhenitsyn.
Bye, Mr. S. Thanks.
If you are interested in time traveling again, please subscribe to PragerU.com/kids and watch more of our adventures.